Hello! You always wanted to make your own 3D prints? In this video, I'll show you how you can do the same thing. Hello, this is Zachary from Zachary High Tech. Like I mentioned in the intro, we are going to make a 3D model that is containing more than one piece, because you can also make some bigger models on a 3D printer, of course. Now I'm going to show you how you can do this. For this, you have to go to sites like Thingiverse or myminifactory. So as you can see, I'm on Thingiverse, and here you can see the site. I'm going to the Thingiverse site. Of course, we agree for the cookies. So we are going to look for a model that is from, like I said, in the game Horizon Zero Dawn. Okay, we can look, but we can also use the search. And then we are typing Horizon Zero Dawn. Okay, then I press enter, and then we have some model. The model that I'm going to use now for this particular 3D print is from Glue-Mesh, and it's the Watcher. So, well, we press on it, and then you see the image. Okay, well, you don't have to see me at this moment. Just go to here. Okay, so as you can see, this is a picture or an image like you want to maybe. Okay, just got it. And this is so this is the image how the Watcher is going to look like. Then you have some parts that you need to 3D print. Okay, so in this case we have 5 or the legs, and this is how it's going to look like. Okay, we have the last one. So now we are going to 3D print this. So to do this, I'm not, yeah, here I am again. So if you want to 3D print this, you need to download all files, of course. Then we click on download all files. And like you can see, in the left corner, we have the file. It's a zip file. The easiest thing to do in this case is just clicking on show in folder. Now the folder is going to open. So there we are going to, so what you do, if you have downloaded the file, you take the file from the downloads, then you press the right mouse button and you choose for copy, and you paste it into the folder that you like to use for your 3D printing models. Well, in my case, I just already copied to it. Here you have the file. Then you right click on it, and then you choose for unzip the file. Just like here, well, I'm Dutch, so here it says alles uitpakken, so unzip all files. Then the dialog says to put it in a folder with the same name as the zipped file. So when it's done, you got this file. So it's exactly the same as the zipped folder, but then unzipped. Okay, then you double click on it, and what I have seen for a couple of months that I do 3D printing, you always have a file with some images, some files, of course, but also a README file. In the README file, sometimes it says in which kind of settings, just a moment, come on. Yeah, here. So the best thing is to open the README file with a notepad. Yeah, WordPad, sorry. Yeah, there it is. So this is a piece of information that you can use for your 3D printing. The most important things are the printer settings. In this case, you see that the person who made this file is using a XYZ DaVinci Junior 3D printer. So what it says, no roughs, so it means that you have enough surface on your model to orient it like that you don't need extra support, that the model stays. Then you have the supports, also no supports needed because there are no overhangs, so no printing in mid-air, because that's also not possible. And then the resolution in this README file says 0.3 millimeters. So you can use 0.3 millimeters, but you can also use 0.2 millimeters for if you want to have a cleaner model. And of course the last one is the infill. Infill says, like the model that I have here, like this one, this is infill. So that means if you 3D print it, yeah, it looks solid, but from the inside it's not solid. It's filled with plastic so that it doesn't lose its strength, but it is light enough. Okay, so in this case this is 20%. Okay, so here the infill says 10%, but of course you can also say, well, make 30%, or if you want to have a massive model, it costs more plastic. But why should you use more plastic if you have something like this where you not can see the inside? Okay, make sense? Well, for me it makes sense. So also post printing and all other things, I don't know why it says like this, but you can find out for yourself if you like to see more of this. Okay, so well, we are going to look at the files. So like you see, I don't know which language this is, but it contains of 12 different parts. So now we are going to start the slicer software. In my case, I'm going to use Cura. Cura is from Unimaker. Just scrolling down a bit. Yes, yeah. Ultimaker, Cura. Whoa. Yes. Now the program is going to open, and now I'm going to show you how to orient all parts so that you can make one big printing. You can also use bigger models, but then it means that you have to take it off, then restart printing. So my objective for this video is make one print for all parts, and when it is done you can glue the parts together, and then you have your one print model. So okay, this is Cura, and now we are going to load all parts of the. So we open the folder 3D models. So what are we going to do? And of course we can try to put all things on the print bed. Let's see what happens. So, and then open. See what happens. So like you can see, if I don't do anything, the printer, the program just drops everything on the bed and it should be okay. Well, if you can see, it's not okay, because if I am going to print it like it is now, then I need supports and I also need adhesion to the print bed, or else nothing will stick to the bed, of course. Okay, so let's start with the easiest to do. We have flat surfaces. Just click here and try to rotate it, lay flat. Will it do it? No, it just tries to, yeah, I don't know what he was going to do. Normally it should be possible that if you say, well, this is the flat surface, that doesn't work. So normally it should work, but in this case I need to orient it myself. So okay, now I have to arrange all parts, that everything can be printed, and also that the extruder doesn't have to travel that much. Okay, so now I'm going to rearrange everything. So for this part, everything is arranged. To my opinion, it should be okay. It's not too close to the outer lines. Everything is as close as possible to the middle. And now we're going to use some settings. Well, I've got it on models, so that means 0.2 millimeters, 20% infill. The instruction says just 10% will be enough. Also, support, it's off. Well, no support really needed because everything is laying flat, and it's on the building plate, so that means no roughs, just like in the description in the readme file. So this is all set. Now we are going to slice it. Just one final look at it. So when it slices, it's going to tell you exactly how much printer material you need. In my case, it's still slicing. Just a moment. Yeah, the print is going to be 11 hours and 20 minutes. How heavy it's going to be? It's weighing not even 90 grams, and it uses 28.97 meters of filament. Now I'm going to look to my filament. I'm not a psychic. I'm not going to guess how much is on there, but I believe that this model is going to be printing just fine. So save to file, because I'm using Octoprint, so I need to print it as a G-code on a file, and this file I'm going to save on my Octoprint, and then I'm going to start printing. So all files I'm going to put in the right folder so that I can find it back, but also I'm going to name it and give it a name so that I know when I'm going to start the print what is going to be printed. So in this case it's going to be from the watcher. I'm not going to put it in the site inside the files itself, so I just put it here, horizon 0 dawn, and then watcher. So, and then I'm pressing save. So it's now saved on the file. The only thing that I now need to do is send it to my 3D printer and then start 3D printing. So this was the first part of how to 3D print a model, and especially from Horizon Zero Dawn, the Watcher. As you could see, you have many parts to 3D print, but you can use the whole bed volume to 3D print all parts. So, question, what do you like to 3D print? Leave it in the question below in the comments. Okay, if you're new to this channel and you like this video, please like, but also subscribe and put on the notifications by hitting the bell. Thanks for watching, and see you in part 2 of this series, 3D printing and how to make your own model. Thanks for watching, and peace.